Last week I saw Materialists, and I just have to say to everyone who doubted Celine's song, you have no idea how foolish you're about to look, okay? Because this is exactly what modern rom-coms should be aspiring to. I've been absolutely fascinated by the ongoing conversation we've been having over the last few years about why rom-coms seem to have fallen out of vogue, why so few of them get made, and why the ones that do don't feel grounded in our reality or relatable to modern audiences at all. I was really fascinated by the success of Anyone But You, a film that obviously has incredibly attractive, charismatic leads, but the love story at the end of the day, to me, feels like a story written by someone whose entire understanding of human affection comes from reading fan fiction written by teenagers. And don't get me wrong, no disrespect to fan fiction written by teenagers, but it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy that doesn't feel predicated on real human interaction. Materialists, on the other hand, is one of the only modern romance movies I've seen that is willing to openly and honestly engage with the cynicism and pragmatism and hyper-individualism that has really overtaken society. Which, in my opinion, should be a non-negotiable when you're telling a story about modern love, because you can't meaningfully engage with this subject matter without addressing all of the many factors that make it so difficult for people to even get in front of one another, let alone meaningfully interact with one another. Because I don't think that the modern world is particularly more materialistic or cynical than it used to be. I don't think that the modern world is lacking in any of the social structures or propriety than it used to have. But I do think that as we've kind of made this communal decision to acknowledge class consciousness and social hierarchy and propriety, it's become kind of acceptable to say, well, I reject that. I don't want to exchange pleasantries with a stranger. I don't want to make small talk. I don't want to engage with any of these unnecessary social niceties. I just want something real and authentic. But I think that kind of pragmatism has kind of flipped on us. And now we are leaning into assigning a numerical value to ourselves and others. And I think that the commodification of dating with dating apps has really helped us embrace that ideology. What I love about this film is that it highlights the absurdity of this game that we've created in the name of authenticity, but we're not really looking for something real. We've gotten so wrapped up in the shell game of appearances and illusions that we've fully bought into this game where the only person that can win is the person running the game. I think that this film is incredibly charming. I think that all of these actors do a wonderful job. I think Dakota Johnson in particular is really wonderful in this. I think that this film is shot beautifully. I think that Celine Song is an incredibly clever writer who writes stories that are very thought-provoking and interesting, but also this film is delightfully funny. I know that there's an emphasis on the drama element of this film, and it is there, but I think that part of that is because of the way that people undervalue rom-coms. And I think that the comedy of this film is in the biting social commentary that is laugh out loud funny. I think that a film like this is rare, but I really, really hope that going forward we get more films that are openly and honestly engaging with what modern love is like, because I think that's the only way we can have like modern romance movies. So highly recommend Materialist. I loved this film. I think it's great. Check it out.